to the channel. So today we're outside our shop and we are at Advanced Auto Design. We have the 2024 Turbo S that our friend Sean is gonna wrap it up with the PPF. So we left the house with the wheels and the trim, interior, and some plastic pieces that we ceramic coated already, and you can check the video below. We have the video about that. But today we're gonna take you into this journey about the PPF, which I am great at failing at that, and you can check my Subaru Nightmare PPF job. So anyway, I'm gonna flip this thing around. We're gonna get Sean here to tell us a little bit about what are we doing, see what they have done, and then from there we pick it up. So to Sean we go. Alright, so we're here with Sean and Advanced Auto Design. Sean, thank you for having us. So today we're gonna continue with my PPF adventure. Just kidding, we're going to go back there. We have the 2024 Turbo S. Phenomenal car, right?
Amazing car, amazing spec too.
Yeah, so we are here with Sean. We collaborate together a lot, and we're gonna go with the PPF that he's gonna be putting. And Sean, what are we using for PPF?
Today we're using Expel's PPF. This is an 8mm thick film, so it's pretty thick. It's scratch resistant, so it will heal itself if it's scratched, as long as it doesn't go through. Very impact resistant. And goes great with Turbo X's ceramic coating as well. Right, so Sean uses our ceramic coating. All of the jobs that he sells, he applies the ceramic coating. It's just part of the business that he does. And this particular paper, it comes pre-cut, right? And there's some areas that you're gonna free cut, no? Right, so some of the areas that we do pre-cut it, mostly bumpers and stuff like that, a little less time consuming. And some areas we do bulk as well. So it just depends on what the customer wants. If they're comfortable with us taking apart the car, this car was taken apart, we took the mirrors off, we took the headlights out, took the wing off, obviously the emblems and stuff like that. There are kits where you can go around the emblems and all that, but we want a more seamless finish, so we try to do it that way, as long as the customer is comfortable with it.
Yeah, cool. So if you have not watched my previous PPF journey, Sean did, and he called me the next morning, what's wrong with you? So I did my Subaru, and the total cost of the paper was like $230. It was a pre-cut. Actually, it was okay, but the styler being me, it was a complete disaster. And sometimes we think that it's very easy to do this type of work, and it's not. It's very tedious.
And that's not an easy hood to do either. Right. But, you know, even most hoods we do tend to do bulk, and we call it bulk if it's not pre-cut. We tend to bulk hoods anyway, just because it's a little bit easier. But yeah, that's not an easy one to do.
Right. So in addition to the clear film that we call, and you do a lot of wraps too, right?
We do a lot of color change wraps. We got probably over 1,000 different colors, different brands, and anything you want really, and commercial stuff as well. And all of our full wraps include the ceramic coating as well.
So I come here quite often, and when Sean has something real cool, he called me, you need to come by the shop. So the last time he called me with the Cybertruck, and that thing was just incredible, amazing. And he did the black one, and then another yellow one.
The black one, and then the yellow one with the Batman design on it.
Right.
So that one's coming back too for some more Batman stuff going on.
Cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take you to the shop and look at the Porsche. Today we're going to show you what has been done and the parts that have been taken off, and then we will come back for the final filming of the end result, what it looks like. And it looks like you got a machine there for paper as well.
Yeah, this one we don't do PPF too much on it. Here and there we do. This one is mostly for vinyl stuff, stickers, anything like that.
You do stickers as well?
Yeah. Starting to do a lot more liveries and stuff, so it works well for liveries, for stripes, you know, little, we just did a school bus, lettering on a school bus, so all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Alright, so outside the shop we go. Alright, Sean, so we're at the shop. Tell me a little bit what we got going on here. I see tables and tools and parts and lights and everything in between. So a quick rundown of the facility and exactly what is it that we're doing and how is the flow. I see that the car is on jack stands, would look like it, or some type of jacks.
We got the car up on quick jacks right now. Makes it a little bit easier to get. First of all, it doesn't kill your back. Trying to bend over a car like this that's pretty low. It also allows us to turn the wheels easier, so we can get the headlights out. We had the headlights out earlier, I just put them back in So that's kind of the purpose of that. As you can see, it's very bright in here, so you're going to see every little imperfection. We try to, you know, minimize that by seeing them first. And then we've got some acrylic on the walls. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's clear acrylic that helps us just stick the film up there, peel the backing off before we put it on. Tables wise, we just have a lot of, this is some of the pre-cuts laid out here. These are getting ready to put on the car. Most of it's already on the car. Planning on finishing up today.
And we do have air conditioner here too.
We do have air conditioning. This back door is open right now, so it's a little toasty in here, but we were trying to create some room in the back. But yeah, air conditioning. Try to keep it as clean as possible. This is the clean room. This is where all the clean stuff happens. So.
Hey, so Sean, I'm sorry, but that bottle that you have in your hands, I don't recognize it. Are you using a different brand?
No sir. This is your waterless wash. This was the concentrate right there, so it's watered down a little bit. We use this for everything. This bottle is probably, there's been concentrate in this bottle for probably 4 years.
Oh, cool. So that is an undercover bottle.
Yeah, exactly. It's an undercover bottle. We taped it off to try and conceal it a little bit, but you know.
So the waterless.
This is the secret formula, right?
The waterless, cool.
This is the waterless. This stuff is great, especially on windows. So.
All right, so Sean, tell me a little bit. So you can come on from here. So here we have the pre-cut area, right?
This is the pre-cut, I believe. Yeah, this is the wing.
Okay.
This is going to be, it's off the car right now. I'm going to put that on next, but this is the black part of the wing.
So Sean, let me tell you something. From my experience, one challenge that I encountered when I was doing my failure PPF adventure is that I noticed that many of these pre-cuts, they don't come with the orientation telling you, oh, this is a right fender, left fender, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to decipher what it was.
Yeah, and that's another benefit of having the lights. It's very bright here, so you can kind of see on it. If you don't have good lighting, which I know you have pretty good lighting.
Right, yes.
But if you don't, it's very hard to see on here what's what. You can see it on here, you kind of get it at the right angle, but you gotta kind of get down and kind of look to see what's what, and you know, place it, kind of piece it together to see where it's going.
Gotcha.
It doesn't tell you.
All right, so moving to the car, you mentioned the hood quite a bit, and it appears that the hood is quite a bit of a challenge. I see that you took the emblem out.
Yeah, so we took the emblem out. Like if you did a pre-cut kit, it would probably come with this cut out, and you would see that seam around the emblem. We don't want that, so this is still drying out a little bit. This will tuck down in here, and then we'll put the emblem on top. You'll see it's not completely trimmed away yet, but this was bulk, so you can see how much of an overlap, and there actually was more of an overlap before.
Yeah, and let's stop here for a second because you know, I come here quite often, and you always telling me about this and educating me about this, that you always in these areas you have extra and you roll them in, and it gives a better fit to the paper, huh?
Right. So this is going to be a little bit different than vinyl. Vinyl, we would typically kind of roll this and we could make it one uniform cut all the way around. This, because it's thicker, it's PPF, we'll kind of make a Y-shaped cut there and then fold the edges in. But it will fold over completely on that edge, so the exposed part is covered.
And we say that the headlights you just installed back.
The headlights were just put back in. The film hasn't been put on yet.
Okay, so but the fender has a film.
The fender has a film, and all of this is done.
It's rolling, right?
Right. Yeah. So this, so this actually goes under here quite a bit.
Okay.
There's probably, I'd say about a centimeter that it goes back under the headlight, and it's all covered. Most pre-cut kits will come to about there.
Right. And then on the front end, the car was at my shop, and I boosted all of this stuff that is not going to be covered on PPF, so it has the ceramic, but the bumper itself has been PPF, right?
Yeah, so the bumper's done.
Yep.
You really almost can't even tell.
No, it's very hard.
If you look very close, it's still drying out. This was done recently.
Yes.
You can see an edge maybe here. And then down in here, but you really, you know, the goal is that you can't tell.
Yeah, it looks very good.
The bumper was a pre-cut kit.
Yes. So. And then moving along here, I see that you have some wheel covers. So the wheels, I already ceramic coated them, and I noticed that you had the fender plastic wheels out.
Right. And that was just to get the headlights out.
Okay.
I haven't put them back in yet. They're kind of a mission to put back in, and they're a little dirty, so.
And then there's the quick jack.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that can raise. I'll show you. That'll raise up and down. Just got a remote here.
Oh, okay.
It goes up and down nice and easy.
Beautiful. I need one of these on my shop one day.
They're great.
So,
you know, I do recommend people now, I mean, this one fits good, but if you're doing a lot of cars, get the XL. The XL, most of the newer cars, especially at least the ones that we work on, this is just the regular one, it doesn't quite fit.
So moving back to the Porsche, so we have here the mirrors, the glass I already polished in ceramic, and I already ceramic all the trim on the other video, and then we're doing the roof right now, right? You guys doing the roof?
Yeah, this one is done.
Okay.
This one we have not gotten to yet, so that'll be done next.
And I noticed that here you took the plastic piece, or again, to roll the paper in, huh?
Yeah, so this went all the way in here, and then we'll pop the vent. The vent comes to about, you know, it comes out quite a bit, so all this edge will be covered.
Beautiful. And then back here, oh my goodness.
This is where
if my customer sees this, he probably have a heart attack, huh?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so the Porsche letters kind of pop out here.
Right.
So the reason we do it this way is that, you know, we can tuck under that. It looks more seamless. So you'll have this trim piece here, the taillight sits here. Obviously the taillights come in here.
The taillights are out.
Right. The Lance Lower's headphones are here. But and we got the lower wing that sits here, the upper wing sits on top.
Right,
so
which is right here.
Yeah, we have it over here on the pad.
And this one we already ceramic coated as well, so.
Right. And then this has PPF on it too. On top here, that's another pre-cut kit, because trying to hand cut out all these little things is not fun.
Right.
Very time consuming, so we throw the pre-cut kit on there. The bumper was just finished like 10 minutes ago, so it's still drying.
Right. And then the interior, open this up so I can show
this. This might be my favorite interior of any
crazy interior. So the interior I did at my shop, and it's all fully ceramic coated, and more likely, you know, we do another clean before we deliver to the customer. So okay, so we're back with Sean. Sean, thank you for having us back, and we're gonna film the last part of the Turbo S. It's back here. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the tools. So last night I took the liberty to look at my failure PPF Subaru installation, and I can see that we have a complete different array of tools here. And when I did my car, I think that I had just these two things here. So Sean's gonna tell us a little bit about these tools and what they're being used for. So let me bring this camera a little closer and learn more about the right tools to do the right job, which I failed to do. So, all right, Sean, so let's see, what can you tell me about the tools?
So this is just a small amount of the array of tools we have for different jobs. But just to go through these real quick, I mean, just to start, we have the tape measure, which is about 120 inches long, but something soft like this, you don't use a standard tape measure, you don't want to scratch the car. We even got masking tape around the end here, which probably needs to be redone. We've got all kinds of different squeegees, so mini squeegees. These are mainly for tucking behind panels, or getting into little gaps here and there, getting behind rubber seals. These are all different. These are pretty much PPF or tint squeegees. These are different grades of softness. So this one's pretty hard. We got a medium and a soft one here.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop you there. So there's different types, huh?
There's different types. I mean, this is pretty standard. We use like the medium for most of them. It's good for like panels that have a slight curve to them. You can use a little bit of force and it'll kind of form around the panel.
So the ones that I did on my WRX, they with one size fits all.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that part of the problem to begin with, huh?
Yeah, it's probably a hard one like this.
Yeah.
It's a little tricky. Sometimes you might miss little panels, little gaps.
And this little guy here.
These little ones for getting into tighter areas, maybe smaller pieces we're doing. These we use mostly for vinyl, but it's good to use this hard edge to get around things or behind gaps, things like that, just depending on the piece you're working on.
Got it.
Stuff like this we use mainly for tucking behind things if we're doing full coverage. Tweezers are very important, especially when cutting, especially PPF, because you have to get a good grip on it to cut through it. It's much thicker for them, so you want to grab it with a tweezer and cut it. Good blades are key. And knives, to me the knife itself doesn't really matter. I have a few different types of knives. This is my favorite. It's got a little bit more weight to it. But the blade is key. The sharp blade is always key, because as soon as you get a dull blade, you're going to start getting wobbly cuts, or
I got those on my WRX,
And with PPF, the blades will dull out a little quicker than vinyl, so you always want to just keep breaking off new blades as soon as you notice it getting dull.
Cool.
So plenty of these. We got some hypodermic needles here. These are good for if you get a little bubble, either poke a hole on it, or sometimes you're able to poke the hole in it and pull some of the water out. If you feel like it's too much, that it's not just gonna naturally heal out in the sun. So these are good for little things like that, because they do pop up here and there.
Okay, and what about this drum thing here?
This is a new addition to our arsenal. This is a true spray system. It has different replaceable nozzles. This is good for you put your solution in there and it sprays nice and easy. It's got a 25-foot hose so you can drag it around the shop. Quick release everything. It's got soap and water in it right now, but you can put your solution in there and it makes it a lot easier. Than
what kind of soap? Turbo wax soap, right?
No, this is baby soap.
It's baby soap, okay.
It's water and baby soap. Turbo sprays a couple drops of baby soap. This holds about 5 gallons. It's got some compressed air in there too to keep it spraying, but very, very convenient instead of sitting there with a bottle spraying a million times and your hand gets tired, you know. So.
Okay, cool. So let's move to the car. So
the heat gun.
The heat gun,
The heat gun is very good for sealing edges. You don't really want to stretch too much with it, but it's good for heating down some final edges and getting everything to seal properly. Or a little torch. They make a little tiny bit of a lighter with a torch.
Awesome. So those are the tools. So and the piece is done, and look at the shine and everything looking good. So fully done now. I had the ceramic coating on top as well, right?
Yep. She's done. She's protected the entire thing. All painted surfaces and the headlights, and then coating on top of that. So she's got the full protection package. She's ready to roll.
Okay, and tell me a little bit. You were saying about the back wing here, how difficult this is. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, these wings are a little tricky. Obviously, these curves, not the easiest to do. So you can kind of see here. We have a seam here. We have a seam here.
But the seam is because it's a pre-cut kit, right? It's nothing you can do about that.
Right, so some of this car, we did bulk, most the sides and the hood, but the bumpers we went with the pre-cut kits and then the wing. This wing is pretty much impossible. It is impossible to do bulk in one big piece. So it's gonna have seams, and sometimes it's easier to let the plotter make that neat seam rather than cutting on the car. So.
And it's incredible, the shine, even with the film, that boosted makes it look just phenomenal. Look at that.
It does. Nothing like a beautiful shining guards red.
Yes. Awesome. Very good. All right, Sean. Well, thank you very much for having us. It was a great experience, and yeah, we do it again, man.
Let's do it.
All right, thanks. Okay, so that's a wrap with the 24 Turbo S that we did. And thank you for watching, and remember you can find us online under Turbo Wax, and we got a discount code down below. So we will see you next time. Until then.